Hey guys, it's Vicky. Hey guys, so today I am going to be going through the specialism aspect of the Primary PGCE at UCL. Lots of new subscribers and followers have been asking me questions about how the PGCE works, looking at where they're going to apply or maybe have a place at UCL. So yeah, I'm going to run through how that works for UCL. I'm not exactly sure how it works at other unis or in other courses, but it might be similar, so keep watching if that's something you're interested in. So the first thing that I'm asked quite a lot is, how do we choose our specialism, or how do we get told what our specialism is? So what happens at UCL is you get to put 5 of your top choices in a list, and then you have to write a couple of sentences about why you think you would be well suited to each specialist subject. So they then go through everyone's choices and they separate us into groups based on who they think would suit what and making sure they have the right numbers for each specialism. So I said specialism really weird then. For each specialism. Wow, that's going to cause me problems, isn't it? Anyway, the subjects that you can choose between for your specialist subjects are drama, art, computing, geography, English, maths, science and music. Actually, normally UCL do a history as well, and for some reason they didn't do that one this year. I'm not too sure why, but I think it's coming back from what I've grasped. Yeah, so actually my top choice was science because I'm really interested in science. However, I ended up getting my 5th choice, which was music. And for a day I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing music, and that really isn't what I wanted to do. However, I've learned so much, and honestly, whatever specialism subject you get, I know that you learn a lot about just teaching in general, and you can apply it to a wide range of subjects. So although I don't think I'm going to use my music specialism to go and become a music lead, I've learned a lot from it, and yeah, you can apply it to anything. So bear that in mind. You might not get the subject that you want, but there's still a lot to learn. So the second question that I get asked a lot is, what's it like? What does it consist of? So for UCL, I mean, things have probably been a bit different this year. I'm not sure if this is how they usually do it, but what they've done for us, because everything's been online obviously, is that we've had 6 specialism days. And during those days, we have 6 hours of lectures just on that subject. I know that sounds a bit long, but it's broken up really well, and it's actually really manageable, and they're really enjoyable days. You get to know everyone in your specialist subject groups really well, and yeah, they've been really good days and really fun. So you have 6 days of 6 hours of lectures for those subjects, where you just take a deeper dive into the pedagogy that's suited to that subject, into different teaching styles, and maybe you learn a bit more about child development, or why the subject's important, things like that, and different aspects of the subject you'll look deeper into. For example, with music, we spent quite a lot of time looking at gamelan music, and yeah, you get some really good resources that you could use as well. It's just really acquainting yourself with the subject, how to teach it, and the national curriculum. Yeah, I know it sounds like a lot, but they're actually really good days, and they're really enjoyable, and I actually really look forward to them by the end of my course. I'm actually really sad that now I don't have any left, so don't be worried about that. And then I'm asked how it's assessed. So for UCL, our specialism is one of our modules that actually contributes towards our master's credits. So we have a learning and teaching module that contributes towards our master's credits and our specialism module. So in order to pass with the masters, you have to, with the master's credits, you don't get a full master's, you get 60 credits towards it at the end if you pass those 2 modules. So I guess you don't actually have to pass them. You don't have to pass the PGCE with master's credits, but obviously recommended. And I think, throw yourself into it and try to do your best. But anyway, how it's assessed is a 20-minute presentation at the end of the year. So mine is going to be taking place between the 8th and the 30th of June this year, I think, something like that. And it's a presentation based on a project that you design and you complete during your second school experience, or SE1C. For example, with me, my project was called, I had to look up what my project was called. My project was called How the Use of Composition in Music Can Aid the Exploration of PSHE-Based Learning on Expressions of Emotions. So I'm doing like a bit of a cross-curricular link there. I'm really interested in like children's expressing themselves, children's emotion, like kind of psychology, I guess, a bit. So I really wanted to link mine with PSHE, and that's something that I managed to do. You can do this like cross-curricular, which is really good as well, because if you didn't get the specialist subject that you wanted, then you can link it to one that you're really interested in. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. So the project, what you do is you actually plan 5 lessons with your class, the class that you're with during that school placement. And during that time you try and teach them about your project subject. So I did 5 sessions on, you know, emotions, and then we did like composition for different emotions, and then I actually only did it to a small group. I did it to 6 students, and then we went back and explained everything back to the students in the class. So throughout the lessons when I was teaching, I was like collecting evidence about what the students were understanding and like constantly assessing. I was constantly reflecting upon my teaching and how I was doing it, what was effective, what wasn't, and their learning and how much they were learning. So yeah, and then you have to like create that into a presentation, which has to like link to literature. I'm just running out of storage, like seriously. Okay, so in your presentation you then have to link back to literature and theory around your subject, and use the evidence that you collected from giving your lessons on what the students learn, and just reflect upon what went well and what didn't. So you have a 20-minute presentation that you have to give. Actually, before you do that, you have to do like an outline, which is what I'm doing at the moment, which you send to your specialist, like teacher, lecturer, and they like tell you what they think is good and what might not work and what might need some improvement. So that's really helpful beforehand, so you know you're on the right lines. You give your presentation to 2 assessors. Ours will be online. They do normally do them in person, but obviously at the moment that's not happening. There's also a few other people from your course there when you're giving your presentation. And then after that, when your presentation's finished, you have a 10-minute Viva, which is when they ask you questions about your project, and that's it. There's actually the chance to retake if it doesn't go too well, so that's really good to know. Yeah, and then hopefully you get some master's credits. So yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. If you have any questions, then you can leave them down below, or you can follow me over at Miss Green Teach on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm going to do some more videos like this soon, like breaking down the PGCE course and giving some more information about it. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, then subscribe and you'll get notifications when I upload a new video. So yeah, hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you later. Teacher love, Miss Green.